Hey everyone, it's Baron here, and it looks like a really fine sunny day to go and power up the Mars 300 Pro. So let's go check it out. In our previous video, we've seen how strong and stable the signal is. Now let's find out if there's lag in that signal. Let's do a latency test. Our violinist is doing a great job giving us amazing tunes. We are traveling with her using a gimbal to give you that smooth, stable, immersive feel. And while all this is happening, the client gets to see the performance in real time without being over our shoulder or even in the set itself. That's thanks to the Mars 300 Pro wireless video system from Holyland. I've got our camera all set up with the Mars 300 Pro on board, and the video is wirelessly transmitted to my iPad here. This setup works with Android devices as well. Here you can compare the video transmission speed. At 0.08 seconds latency, that's 2 decimal places, yeah? Well, it's quite hard to tell, isn't it? It almost seems like there's no lag at all. Let's slow this down to 50% and watch closely. Even at 50% slowed down, you can hardly tell there's any difference between real life and the video feed from the Mars 300 Pro. That's it! I'm officially impressed. Let's not forget, the video gets sent to my iPad, not the usual broadcast HDMI or SDI monitor. It's sent to my iPad or even my phone via the HolyView app. 3 devices, iOS or Android, can simultaneously receive the feed. Video shooters, the Mars 300 Pro. Sitting so light and streamlined on the camera, it's almost as if it's one complete unit. The HolyView app does more than just display the video feed. Visual aids like zebras, false colors, histogram, and more can be pulled up. Over here, I'm reviewing our violinist's recent performance and indicating to her what works best. She has some comments of her own too. When everything works well together on set, I consider that shooting it great. Video shooters, if you're watching this right now, I'd like to welcome you to our FB live stream. If you have questions, type into the comments, like and share this stream. And now we are all systems go! Hi everyone, hey, it's Baron here, and we want to welcome you to our Facebook Live with Holyland. And it's great to be back on Facebook Live again. This means that with our current technology, right, it never ceases to amaze me, how we can reach out to folks all over the world. And all this signal is going wirelessly all over the world, right? Okay, so welcome. And I think some of you probably are a little bit early. There might be some folks who are a little bit late. So I'd just like to welcome you. And if you're from Malaysia, do type yourself into the comments. Kalau dari Malaysia ya, tolong ya, sign in the comments. I want to see you in the comments. And for those of you, if you're from other parts of the world, sign in as well. We want to know where you're coming from. And just a little bit of introduction about myself. My name is Baron. I'm a filmmaker. I make videos for corporate. I make television commercials. I make YouTube videos, and also, so I'm a filmmaker basically. I also make videos for YouTube, and just now the opening video that you saw, that was one of our videos that we do. We do a gear review as well. So when you can, do follow us on Facebook, on YouTube. Over here you can see our social media handles. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we also have an Instagram account. So today we're going to introduce you to wireless videography. If you've not jumped into wireless, why not? It's fantastic. Okay, we'll save all the details for later. But now we have a bit of a treat for you. I just want to talk to you about some items that we're going to give away. This came in last minute, right? It's the giveaway, and we're going to give away one backpack. and we're going to give away one t-shirt and a cap. Now these are Holy Land branded t-shirts and backpack. The backpack is beautiful, and the t-shirt and the cap, I love the cap a lot. So I already have one and I wear it all the time when I go for shoots. So we're giving away a backpack and a t-shirt and cap. Right, the t-shirt and the cap, they come together. So we're giving these two items away. Now it's a very simple thing, right, for you if you want to get this. Okay, I'd like you to, number one, it's only 3 items. Number one, like our Facebook page, where this stream is coming from, where this Facebook stream is coming from. Like our page and share this live stream, this Facebook live stream that you're watching now. Share it out to your profile, and also this is important. Ask questions, right? I mean, you're here, you want to learn about wireless videography, and because this is a Facebook live, right, I can answer your questions right away. Okay, and also there is a Holy Land rep, an engineer. A Holy Land engineer is with us right now in our comments. He's there on standby. If there's any questions that I cannot answer, he'll be there for us. And the winners, of course, we'll have 2 winners, the winner for the backpack and the winner for a t-shirt and cap. So 2 winners will be announced on Saturday on our Facebook page. All right, guys? Okay, now, let's move on to the next item. So before we go to the diagram, I'm going to show you a diagram of what is wireless video. Okay guys, I'd like to talk to you about this, right? I want to emphasize the point that we have a Holy Land engineer who is watching us right now. And if there's any questions tonight that I can't answer, maybe if it's too technical or it's related to very product centric and about pricing, Holy Land is with us and they can help you out. So don't be shy with the questions, just type it into the comments and either myself or the engineer will help you out. So the first thing we're going to do tonight is we're going to talk about wireless video, because after all, this live feed is about wireless introduction to wireless video. Now I'm going to show you a diagram here. Okay, what is wireless video, right? Now as you can see here, on the left hand side, the left hand most of the diagram, you will see a camera. That's where most of us are, right? You will see a camera. That's where most of us are. That's what videographers do. We capture the video. And where does the video go? The video goes to a transmitter. A video transmitter, it accepts the video signal from the camera and it transmits it to, firstly, another receiver. Sorry, it transmits to a receiver. Okay, now that receiver will in turn transmit it to a monitor, or in our case here we have app monitoring. Okay, app monitoring is fantastic because it lets your iPad capture the video from your camera, which we're going to explore more later. So this is a very simple diagram, right? From camera to transmitter, transmitter to receiver, receiver to your monitors and your mobile devices. Okay guys? Alright, if there are any questions, do list them down in the comments. Okay, so what we see was from the camera to the transmitter. The transmitter is attached to the camera, right? Okay, to the transmitter, and then the transmitter will send the video wirelessly to a receiver. And then from the receiver, which is attached to a monitor, the monitor can display your video. I'll show you more examples later. So now, what wireless video does is it lets you view the video on multiple devices. Okay, I'm going to show you this diagram now. It lets you view the video via multiple devices. So if you've got a phone, if you've got a tablet, if you've got a broadcast monitor, it will let you view on those. Alright, and you can do remote viewing, which means you don't have to be next to the videographer. If you're a client, fantastic. If you're a producer, fantastic. Right? If you're the gaffer, fantastic. You don't have to be next to the videographer. You can view the video from afar, from a distance. And next is cable free. All right, so it's cable free. You don't have any cables to worry about. Okay, so in a nutshell, right, this is what wireless video is all about. You know, cable free to me is fantastic because you don't have cable trailing all over the place. Okay, you don't risk injury, tripping over things and getting confused over stuff. So that is what wireless video is all about in a nutshell, meaning really brief. Okay, so next, now being able to do wireless video is only good if you know why, right? What are the benefits? What are the benefits of wireless video? How can it help you, right? Now, firstly, it reduces clutter. Okay, that means you don't have things all over the place, you don't have cables all over the place, so it reduces clutter. You have a cleaner production workflow, you have a cleaner production space, you have a cleaner set. Next is it reduces crowding, especially in today's day and age, right? It reduces crowding, which means you don't have a lot of people in tight clusters, right? You don't have a lot of people crowding next to the videographer trying to see what the videographer is filming. As a producer, you can hang back, you can be with the client, you don't have to be right up there on the set next to the videographer to find out if he's getting the shot or not. This is fantastic. And then it gives you freedom of movement. Okay, now let me emphasize this. Let me emphasize this, right? You get freedom of movement. To me, as a videographer, as a cameraman, that is super important because I can bring my camera wherever I want. I'm not limited by a cable. I'm not limited by a cable that is leading up to a monitor. I'm not trailing that cable, so I can go anywhere I want. So that is, to me, freedom of movement that I feel. When you want to use gimbals, you want to move around with a camera, you do a lot of camera moves, it's fantastic. If you're doing a lot of camera movement shots, if you're using gimbals a lot, wireless video is something you really need to introduce into your workflow. Okay, and then next, you've got convenient client feedback, meaning, right, when a client wants to give you feedback, wants to tell you or advise you on the shots, they can do it right away. They don't have to wait for you to come back. They don't have to wait for you to come back to them and show them the playback. Right away, they can give feedback. And when they give feedback, right, they can actually annotate, meaning they can mark down on the tablet to tell you what needs your attention. So that's fantastic. I will show you that later. And because you have convenient client feedback, you have happy clients. Okay, I want to emphasize that. Because you have convenient client feedback, right? The client gives you feedback so easily because they don't have to run around looking at your shots, right? All they have to do is stay a little bit further away from the set, look at the monitor, give you the feedback, maybe write down, okay, this one needs attention, that one needs attention. This is all done via app monitoring, which I'll show you later. When they're happy with that, when they can give you feedback conveniently, you get a happy client. And happy client to us in the video production industry, that means it's great, that's great, they will come back to you. They'll come looking for you for the next project. Okay, now, any questions? I'll pause for a bit over here. I'll pause for a bit. If there are no questions, then I will continue. So let's go on to the next item, which is, let me see here, what else is here? Oh, okay. So what we're going to do next is, because this is an introduction to wireless video, we're going to introduce to you I wouldn't call this an entry-level product because this is a pretty advanced kit. This is called the Mars 300 Pro. So I want you to don't get confused with the Mars 300 because that is an older model which is still available. However, this is called the Mars 300 Pro, and I think it's leaps and bounds above the Mars 300, the older model. Okay, so we're going to do an unboxing here, and I'm going to show you how the Mars 300 Pro looks like, what it can do, and I'm going to show you the parts. So we're going to go for an actual unboxing here. You're going to see what you're going to get if you get a Mars 300 Pro. Now for new videographers, right, if you want to, okay, maybe you're not a new videographer, maybe you're a seasoned videographer, but you have not taken the step to wireless video, this could be the gear for you, because I love the Mars 300 Pro and I've used it. So now you're going to see how it looks like. Are we ready? In 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this is what you get when you purchase the Mars 300 Pro. Okay, do make sure it's the Pro version, right? Okay, and they have 3 versions of the Mars 300 Pro. Even though it is the Mars 300 Pro, they have 3 different versions. One of it comes with the antenna. That's the enhanced version. This one is like, look mom, no antennas. Okay, so this is a very streamlined, very compact version of the Mars 300 Pro. And we're gonna just open this up. Open. Come on. All right, there we go. So we've got this out of the way, and then okay, you've got a little user guide here. Okay, so this is a very good user guide, so don't just chuck it away. Yeah, it gives you really good info over here, and this is the app we will be using for the live, what do you call it? We're going to use this app for the app monitoring. So this is found in your Apple Store. Okay, now we have 2 modules here, 2 units here rather. Okay, we have the receiver and the transmitter. So how can you tell the difference between the two? You have a transmitter here and you have a receiver here. Okay, and then you don't have any antennas, so this makes it very streamlined. And this is one of the lightest wireless units from Holyland. So if you're looking for something to put on your gimbal, this is perfect. Okay, now okay, let's see. Over here you've got your batteries. You can put your batteries in here. So I'm just going to set this up, right? We're going to set this up as I go along. I'm going to bring out a battery. I'm just going to put one battery over here. This is the transmitter, so I'm just going to put this here. That guy's done. And then the receiver, I'm going to add another battery to the receiver. Okay, here we go. So these are pretty standard Sony NP-F batteries. You've got the thin ones and you've got the thicker ones. This is the thickest, right? And then you've got the thinner one, so you can see the size. Okay, but let's have a look at the box again, because I missed something that I want to show you guys. In the box, over here you've got a USB cable. This is USB-C. Why did they put a USB-C cable in here? Nothing else is here. Right, so it's a USB-C cable and some mounting accessories like this, spacer and a little base plate to attach to your transmitter receiver. Okay, but where is the charger, guys? Where is the charger? Okay, here's the thing. Did they forget to give us the charger? Because all I have over here, right, is just a USB-C. Now, let me show you another model, which is the Holyland Mars 400. Okay, this is the upper class. This is the higher end model. This is how you charge with a wall outlet, right? These guys don't have it. What is happening? Can anyone tell me what's happening? This is a clue here. So how do we do the charging, right? Besides a battery, what if we want longer power? We don't have like an AC adapter. So what do? Any guesses? Because what you get is you can charge your wireless transmitter receiver using a power bank. Okay, so just for kicks, right? Let's try this out. Okay, so I've got a power bank, right? And then I'm going to remove the battery and let's try this out. I've not actually tried this, so pretty excited to check this out. So I'm just going to put this in, right? The USB-C goes in. Now, let's see if we can power this up. Come on, do it. Is it working? Oh, there you go. Whew, I thought it was not going to work for a while there. Okay, that's great. So we have, we already have readouts over there. So we've got a little LCD screen, and also we're going to power up this guy, the transmitter. Okay, so you've got both transmitter and receiver powered up. Now I'm going to switch back to the battery pack because I don't want this cable to be trailing along. After all, we're going wireless. Switch this off and put in the battery pack and switch this on. There you go. So we've got a transmitter, receiver. Okay, any questions? Anything you'd like to see, guys? Anything you guys want to see clearer? We have, this is the transmitter. And over here we have the HDMI in. Transmitter, right? So HDMI in. So from the camera, the HDMI goes in here, and then there's a loop out to a monitor. And the receiver, see it automatically connects to each other, you know. You don't need to do any setup. It automatically detects, it automatically syncs up with each other. Okay, and we have over here, this is the receiver. So this is at the monitor end. So we've got a HDMI out 1 and a HDMI out 2. So simultaneously you can go to 2 different monitors. So I have a monitor over there, and I'm going to just connect the, I'm just going to connect this to the monitor. Okay, so I'll show you the monitor later. Okay, that's one. And this one goes to a camera. So I have a camera over here. There we go. I have a camera over here. And I want to do this I want to make this easier, right? So I'm just going to connect a mounting point here. Just going to connect a mounting point. This is how I normally do it. So I'm going to put this onto my camera's hot shoe. Okay, for you guys to view, right? And then I have a HDMI cable from my camera. I normally don't use so long HDMI cables from camera to transmitter, but today we're just going to make do with this HDMI in. All right, so I'm sure you know how this is done. If you're not sure, HDMI in here. Okay, signal comes out from the camera, goes into the receiver, so HDMI in. Okay, so we're done. Now, I'm going to switch on my iPad, and let's see if the app connects. Put my camera to one side. I'm going to switch on my iPad. Okay, my iPad is there. This is the HoloView app. So I'm going to click on, okay, maybe you're not so clear. Now let's see. HoloView app, guys, right? So I'm going to switch it, I'm going to launch it, and then it will ask me, let's see, everybody's up and running. Camera is on. Nope, camera is off. Okay, camera is on. Okay, let's see that. Now I'm going to turn on my monitor as well. Okay, my monitor is on. Okay, now what are we going to film? So I have here with me, right? I have here with me our dear Cherry Boy. Cherry Boy is pretty fierce. He gets upset at the littlest things. So I'm just going to show you how my setup looks like over here. Okay. Yeah, so this is how it looks like. You can see Cherry Boy, right? Okay, let's go closer to Cherry Boy. Cherry Boy, don't be shy. You're normally not shy. Okay, so for the iPad, right, you can see that there is no cable attached to the iPad. Do you see that? There is no cable attached to the iPad. No cable. Look, mommy, no cables. Wow, so awesome. So this one, sorry about that. Okay, now what about this guy here? This is the receiver for the monitor. Okay, so what that means, right, is the monitor has a receiver. It leads to the monitor over there. The iPad is totally free of cables. So it's using what we call app monitoring. So which means no cables and no receivers. There are no receivers on the iPad. Let me show you how the scene looks like as I go further out, right? Okay, so my producer says to show you guys more of the, show them more what? Cherry Boy's disappeared. Hello? Cherry Boy? Where are you? Hey, you're normally not so shy, right? What are you up to today? There he is. Okay. Okay. This is Heidi spot. Okay, so you can see how the latency is like. That's Cherry Boy and no, right? So this is how our setup looks like. So I can actually, right, just bring my iPad away. I can bring my iPad, okay guys, see you, bye. Right, that's it. Whereas with the monitor, I like to call this a very conventional method. You need to attach your transmitter to your monitor. You need to put it somewhere, right? You need to attach it, then you can bring it along together. But the iPad is completely wireless. And check this out. Let me show you. Cherry Boy is really, he's got an attitude tonight, yeah? He knows we're doing live, and maybe that's why he knows we're doing live. That's why he's giving us this attitude. Okay, now you can see, oops, need to lock that down. Okay, right. Now check this out, right? So when I tap, right, on the iPad, okay, videographers, especially the seasoned videographers, you would like this. You've got waveform. You've got your waveform monitor here, right? You've got your histogram. You've got your histogram here. And then you've got focus. Let me turn off the histogram. You've got your focus. Focus you can't really see right now because I will show you zebra instead. Okay, so you've got zebra. If anything that is, you can set your zebra levels. Anything that's overexposed like this, can you see that? Can you see the lines? Let me show you the lines. Right, zebra lines. See, Cherry Boy is like running away. Okay, you see the zebra lines there, right? So that's when you get overexposure, and you can use your zebra lines to guide you. Okay, frame. You can check what frame you're using as a guideline, so you don't crop anything that you don't want to. And this is nice. You see, it helps you check focus. So most of these are visual aids. It helps you to check focus. It helps you to check over and under exposure. Cherry Boy, there you are. Okay, is he sharp? Is he sharp? So you'll know because it magnifies it for you, right? And then of course another useful item is false color. So over here looks like nothing is overexposed, which is unusual since everything is so white. Okay, so you've got all this, and you've got you can record. Let me take a picture here, and once you're done, right, you can actually annotate. So where is the fish? Right? Yeah. So you can annotate. So I want a fish to be here, please. Thank you very much. Right? So you can annotate as well. Right? Okay, so I'm just going to get out of this. And now I'll just let you have some quiet time with Cherry Boy and let you experience the latency. of the whole thing. Let you see how the latency works. Okay, he is today, right? He's just being a bit difficult. He's coming over. He's coming over. Okay, so you can see the monitor and Cherry Boy all at the same time, together with our camera here. Yeah, my camera has a little screen, which you shouldn't be bothered, I guess, because it's just too small. Okay, so Cherry Boy likes to expand his gills, right? When I just put my finger here, I see he's already. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Cherry Boy is a betta fish. Betta fish, they're pretty fierce. They like to fight, but normally they will only fight among their own species, right? But you see over here, even he doesn't like my finger. Yeah, so he's got this attitude. Okay, guys. So I think you have a pretty good idea how this setup works. I'm just going to show you again how we've connected all our gear together. You've got your MAS 300 transmitter. So this one transmits the signal. It transmits the signal wirelessly to a receiver. Over here is a receiver. And then the receiver goes to the monitor. That's where you get your signal. And we also have app monitoring. This is totally wireless. No cables at all to the iPad. So it works for iPad. It also works for your mobile device, like your phone. So I'm just going to, let me see. I'm going to have a look at my phone. Let's see whether, okay, what's, oh, I thought it hang, you know. He's just being very still. Okay, hey, he's just being very still. He's still. I thought there was a hang or something. Okay, let me see if I can connect it to my phone, right? I'm going to connect it to my phone. So I'm just going to, can you see that? Right, I'm going to connect to my Wi-Fi. Okay, where is Holyland? Okay, so I'm going to connect to Holyland here, and then I'm just going to go over to the MAS 300 Pro, right? So I'm just going to go connect, and there we go. Okay, let's hope my phone doesn't fall. Okay, so we have here, I'm going to reduce just going to reduce the exposure a little bit, let you see. Okay, so 1, monitor, 2, iPad, and number 3, iPhone. Okay, now you can also connect it to your Android device, which I won't be showing you because I don't have an Android device here, but you get the idea, right? So, okay, let's see if there's any questions. So it's back to me. Oh, somebody asked a question?
Yeah, they answered.
Oh, who answered?
Corey.
Oh, Holyland answered. Oh, okay. Thanks for the effort. So that saved me some work. Okay, so maybe a bit of what's next. Let me see what's next. I've got some videos to show you if you've seen it, so just bear with me. Okay, now we're going to look at the features of the MAS 300 Pro. Okay, now firstly, based on what we saw, right? Now, firstly, the range is 91 meters. Back to me. The range is 91 meters, but I know for a fact, right, that it can go further than that. All right, Holyland is just trying to be safe. It can go further than that. Okay, let's go on to the next feature. You've got a latency of 0.08 seconds. I wonder if you're fast enough to spot that. It's really, really fast. Okay, you've got the latency. That means what this means is there is hardly any lagging. You know what's lagging, right? Real life happens faster than what you see on the monitor. Okay, so that's latency. Means the video arrives to your eyes slower. Okay, so the latency is very, very low. Okay, next we have real-time app monitoring. Now this is my favorite. Real-time app monitoring. As you can see from the iPad, from your iPhone, from my iPhone, right? You don't need a receiver. Okay, fantastic. So next, you've got a HDMI in and a loop out. So what this means is you can connect an additional monitor. So you're not tied down to just one monitor, you have an additional monitor that you can view from. Okay, and then you also got a thumb wheel. I think I'll show you the thumb wheel later. We'll get back in to see the thumb wheel. Can we get back in? Let's get back in and see the thumb wheel. Okay, so now let's see how the thumb wheel looks like. Okay, sorry, I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys to see the thumb wheel, and I'm also going to brighten this up a little bit and zoom in. Bear with me, zoom in. Okay, let you see Cherry Boy, and I'll just swivel it over. There you can see the thumb wheel. They're actually quite proud with the thumb wheel. Okay, so this is the thumb wheel. Can't see, right? Okay, never mind. I will show you from the. How about if I take it out? Okay, I'll take it out. Okay, better. Okay, can see, right? Okay, so this is the thumb wheel. So this is how you navigate. You press in to select, or you push up, push down. Like how Malaysians like to say, push up, push down. You push up, push down, then you press in to select. Right? So that's your thumb wheel over there. It's very easy navigation. Okay, so I'm just going to put this guy back. What else did I miss? Built-in antennas. Okay, right. So let me zoom out. So there's no antennas here, right? Tak ada antenna, bro. Nampak? Tak ada antenna langsung. Okay? Tak ada antenna dekat transmitter. Tak ada antenna dekat receiver. Okay, so memang portable. So very easy to pack lah, right? Very easy to pack, very easy to put on your gimbal, because you know on the gimbal every single little weight counts, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's get back to. Okay, so USB charging, right? USB charging you've already seen, right? So if I run out of battery, kalau bateri habis, jangan risau, kita boleh guna, you can use a power bank. Okay, so you see lah how much power banks you have. You cannot run out of power banks lah, they're so cheap, right? So I'm waiting for a question for you guys to ask when it comes to batteries. Has anyone asked that? Nobody wants to know how long a battery lasts or how long a power bank lasts. So you'll be surprised at the answer. Okay, because I forgot about it, but I know it's a very long one. Holyland would be able to answer you if you will only ask the question. Okay, so that was some of the features of the Mars 300 Pro. The Mars 300 Pro is like, I would like to say that it's like, it has everything, you know. It's lightweight, because if you look at let's go back to the other camera, right? I want to show them the Mars 400. Yeah, I want to show them the Mars 400. Okay, I'm going to show you the Mars 400 on the close-up. I'm going to show you the Mars 400. Okay, so this is a Mars 400, right? Okay, we just compare the size. Okay, we compare the size. Let's lift this up a little bit. Okay, you compare the size. It's, well, okay lah, it looks about the same lah, right? But the Mars 400 is actually is actually heavier. Okay, so for gimbal use, where every little ounce counts, right? Maybe you want to consider the Mars 300 Pro. This one has antennas, so you got to work with antennas here. LCD screen is bigger. Latency, if I'm not mistaken, right, the latency for the Mars 400S is actually lower. So this one gives you very close to real time. This one is a little bit slower, but later when you see the test, you'll know that it is actually pretty good. Okay, so I just want to show you the difference. And then let's compare. We compare with, can you see? Okay, Mars 300 is here. Okay, let's change it. Mars 300, say hi. Hi. Okay, Mars 400S, and Mars 300 Pro. Among all this, I feel the weight, right? This guy is much lighter. So you wanna go for gimbals. This is the best, and because this two uses antennas, right? Yeah, this one doesn't. There's no antennas here. Easy to pack, easy to set up. So any questions? Any questions regarding the setup that we have? Anything about app monitoring that you're not sure whether it works for your phone or not? iOS, Android, no issues, no problems. Yeah, so that pretty much covers all the phones in the world. Okay, what are we doing next? Okay, I want to show you what we have here is a video that I made and the observations that I have. Now this is me traveling over 100 meters. Hey, I've done sprinting before, so I think I know 100 meters is how far. You know, and what's more is I'm going out of line of sight, meaning I am turning the corner, I'm going into a blind spot, which means I'm behind cover, which means, right, I'm no longer in line of sight, and the signal still works fantastic. Okay, so this is just an iPad, guys. All right, you've got a no fuss setup, you've got quick reconnection, because I have experience before where I lose signal, and in just like 3 seconds, 4 seconds, the signal's back again. You see how far we are from where the source is, where our camera is. Yeah, the signal travels through walls. It travels through walls. It travels through walls. Okay, next, app monitoring is awesome. App monitoring is awesome. App monitoring is awesome. It's not limited by battery type. So as you know by now, you can pretty much throw anything at this, because you got power bank, right? Correct or not? So you've got power banks. So you don't have to complain, oh, not enough batteries or whatever. You just whip out your power bank, right? Anybody got power bank here? Yeah, okay, bring. USB-C, straight away, it's powered up. Okay, I want to say, you know, that app monitoring is fantastic. I love it. The signal travel through walls, yeah. Okay. Okay, now let's have a look at, that was range testing. How far I managed to go before the signal cuts off. Yeah, I actually went round the corner of a building and it still works. Now we're going to test latency. So I'm going to show you a video I made on latency. Latency meaning, is there any lagging? Did the video arrive later than real life? Is it real time? Okay, now you can see here, the violinist, right, is in real time, and of course the iPad is well, it's supposed to be slower, but can you spot the difference? Can you spot the difference? If you can't spot the difference in real life, right, I will slow it down for you. Okay, I'm slowing it down for you by 50%, and you tell me whether you can see the difference or not. And if got difference, right, does it matter? Because with this kind of speed, right, I can pull focus already. I can wirelessly pull focus. Okay, and then what else can I do? I have a stable connection. The connection is very stable. It doesn't get cut off midway, you know. Now the image quality is fantastic. Very sharp images. And you've got lots of features in the HolyView app, which you've already seen, right? I've already shown you the HolyView app. The visual aids are fantastic. Okay, and lastly, I think this is fantastic for videographers. It's fantastic for training. When you do training, right, you don't want to have cables moving all over the place, right? And this is great for conferences, seminars, where you don't want to have cables from one end of the hall to the other end of the hall. So when you have a wireless setup, everything becomes so much more easier. For trainers, like I'm a trainer as well, I teach videography, so I feel this is really useful because when I'm trying to show my students what I'm filming, I don't have to be tethered by a cable trailing along. You know, all I need to do is just focus on filming, and wherever I go, the feed goes back up to the big screen. They can see what I'm shooting. So this is fantastic. Okay, now are there any questions before we go on to the next topic? Wow, looks like Holyland is doing overtime today. Thank you, Holyland, for answering all our viewers' questions. Thank you so much. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next topic as to how to choose your ideal wireless video system. Now, Holyland's consumer level is already very good for most of us. Okay, if you're working on the lower budget or YouTube videos, or if you're working on maybe corporate videos, you know, smaller teams, keyword, yeah, small teams, right? The Mars 300, 300 Pro and 400S is ideal for you. Now you need to consider weight versus ruggedness. You need to consider weight versus ruggedness because I mean, the heavier it is, the tougher it is. Okay, but the heavier it becomes, right? And then you need to consider the quick reconnection. This is fantastic, right? And also you need to consider whether you've got whether you are willing to bear with the latency. You know, it might be a little bit cheaper, but maybe the latency is unbearable for you. Like the Mars 300, I can't really accept the Mars 300's latency. 300, yeah, not 300 Pro. I can't really accept the Mars 300's latency. But if you're a photographer, that latency is great. It doesn't really matter. Okay, but if you're pulling focus, you don't want a high latency. And then you've got app monitoring. The Mars 300 does not have app monitoring. The Mars 300 Pro and the Mars 400S has app monitoring and ease of use lah. So among all of these, right, which do you think is the best for you? Because let's go through this again with me here so that you can see my expression as well. Now, weight versus ruggedness. The heavier it is, the stronger it is, right? But of course, it becomes heavier. So if you're using it mostly on tripod, then it's okay because the heavier ones is tougher. And then you've also got all their range has quick reconnection, so I don't really worry about that. Latency is a main factor when I choose a wireless video system, because a high latency means, right, I cannot pull focus. The action happens before I get to see it, you know, so that's not really good. Are you able to bear with the kind of high latency? If you're not, go for the Mars 300 Pro and above. App monitoring, the Mars 300 does not have app monitoring. Okay, the Mars 400S, yeah. Mars 300 Pro, yeah. Okay, so if you're looking at app monitoring, right, is Mars 300 Pro and Mars 400S. And then ease of use. Among all the ones I've shown you just now, only the Mars 300 Pro can use USB charging. The other two, they need the wall outlet. Okay, so got questions? You ask in. I think Holyland has already proved that they can help you out here. You know, so you know that your questions will be answered. Yeah. Okay, so let's go on to the next item. Okay, this will be the question and answer time. Question and answer time. So anybody got questions? Now's the time to ask. If you're not sure, because Holyland's got the consumer level, which is what I'm showing you, the consumer level products. They've got the professional level, which costs more, but of course has better features. And also, what I'm showing here is an introduction to wireless videography. So we're looking at the consumer levels, which is actually pretty darn good. So right now for videographers who are coming into wireless videography, you get a very good idea by now, right? What is the perfect setup for you? Okay, I've used all three of this in the consumer level. The only one I have not used is Mars X. Okay, they have got one called Mars X. If I'm not mistaken, that one doesn't come with a receiver at all. So it depends on app monitoring, I think, right? Because I have not used that before. So right now, among the three, based on the weight, based on the features, based on the charging options, based on the latency and the range, I would go for the Mars 300 Pro. Okay, if you've got a bit more budget, you can go for the Mars 400S, because it lets you decide whether you want better picture quality or lower latency. Yeah, it does that. So that's one thing good about the Mars 400S. Okay, so when it comes to budget wise, right, the best bang for your buck is, of course, the Mars 300 Pro. So any questions? Because after this, right, that's it. It's going to be good night and have a great weekend. So if you've got questions, you can ask now before we end the live. So I'm just going to wait for a bit. On this Facebook Live, we have actually inserted some questions into the live stream, right? If you can help us to answer it, that would be great. If you missed out on it, what I asked was, what is the most important thing that you are looking for in a wireless video system? So when you're looking for a wireless video system, right, what is the most important thing to you? Of course, is it cost? Is it latency? Is it range? Is it weight? Yeah, is it size? Okay, because what I've reviewed here, right, only the Mars 300 Pro doesn't have antenna. The rest comes with antenna. Can we just okay, let's go to this. We've got this setup here, right? Let's go to this setup and just show you one more time how Cherry Boy is doing. Cherry Boy is doing great, by the way. He's because we were not focusing on him just now, so he's become more active. Okay, now you see here at any, okay, this is not a hanger. Hello, it's live. Yeah, he's just not moving that much. All right, so yeah, now you can see all the three devices. We've got a monitor. This is a monitor. This is an iPad. For those of us who came in late, yeah, this is a monitor which uses. Okay, wait, let me show you the monitor. We've got a monitor. I'll show it to you again. We've got a monitor over there. That's a monitor, a traditional monitor lah, your conventional monitor. It comes with, you need a receiver for that lah, right? See, the receiver goes to your monitor. Of course, you get better quality, right? And then, actually, I can't tell the quality difference, no, because the image on the iPad looks fabulous as well. And because you're using iPad, right, you can do you can do annotations. You've got visual aids as well. That means that you can mark down, right? You can mark down what you like. Now, for example, over here, what's happening to my fish? Why? What's wrong with you? Hello? He's not being himself tonight. Maybe he doesn't. Huh? He's camera shy, guys. Producer say he's camera shy. Okay, so I don't know what's. So you can do annotation. You see, with the monitor you can't, right? You can't do annotations. With the iPad you can. With the phone also you can. Don't have to show you, right? Okay, never mind. Got request to show. Okay, so I'm gonna take a photo here. Fish. All right, so you've got these really wonderful features lah for app monitoring. Okay. Okay, so this is our setup with Cherry. He's gone hiding again. He's hiding again. These are just pictures. He's actually hiding. Okay, so that's our setup lah. If there are no questions, are there any questions? Anybody asking anything? Anything you want to ask me? I've used all three of these guys. Just missing is a Mars X. I've not used that. Of course, having a receiver, currently only the Mars X doesn't have a receiver, I think, right? So with a receiver, you get more options. You can connect it to a monitor. Okay, so let's get back to me. All right, guys. So thanks for joining us. Any questions or not? If no questions, we're gonna end this live stream. I want to thank everyone, and thanks Holyland for being here to help us out with the questions. So we want you to stay safe, gear up, stay safe, and shoot it great. See you.